I'm curious because I've struggled with this as someone who you grew up watching, I'm sure, and it started in very traditional mainstream media. Now, pointing out the facts and what is really happening is automatically interpreted as being biased,
Right.
right? And of course, I think there's no such thing as true objectivity. But having said that, I really struggle with that. And many people say, listen, the rules have changed. It's okay to say you support trans people. It's okay that you say, I am 100% for reproductive rights. All these things that honestly, personally, I hold dear, but professionally, I've never really, I've been trained to not share that. So I'm curious if you think sort of old fashioned, semi objective, knowing that pure objectivity is impossible, that kind of journalism still has a place in the culture, or is it simply, the 75 and up people who are watching the network evening newscasts?
I certainly think it still has a place, but at the same time, I think everything is so fragmented now that I think such a large portion of the audience are going to places that share a point of view. And I think, I think if we just did a report that is this happened, then this happened, then this happened, then this happened. I mean, there's plenty of places where people, could find.
Not really. I mean, fewer and fewer, right, Brett?
Yeah, but I think I think the key thing that we do is connect the dots on all those things, and I think when you're able to weave it into a story and actually connect the dots, I think that's what people want to be able to gain clarity on, because I think as we've kind of been saying, there's so much information out there that in order to be able to digest it, it has to be presented, I think in many ways, in certain ways, just to make it clear from even just a storytelling perspective, so people get how does a tariff affect their business or the price they're going to pay for goods, and how does this affect their medication and their I think you need to be able to tie it all together in a way, and whether people think it's biased or not when you're speaking on those issues, to me, I think you just need to put that aside, because now we live in a time when people are going to comment on everything.